Students, in this video I am going to explain about JSP tags. Last class we saw some of the command tags and expression tag. So many tags we saw. No, this is also one of the tags, that is JSP directives. They are the messages to the JSP container. That is, it will give some of the informations about the JSP page to the container. What do you mean by container? You know already. It is a container is a server platform for running the J2E application. So these directories or give messages to the directory contain to the JSP container regarding to the page. um, they provide global information about the entire JSP page, okay, and they are used to give special instructions to the container for the translation of JSP to the servlet code. So what do you mean by directories? It gives messages to the JSP container, okay. Then what is the syntax of this directory is at symbol you have to use and then write directive and then attribute values. What are the values you can specify in the quotations? We will see in the upcoming slides. Okay. There are three types of directories will be there. One is page directive, that is it will give the explanation regarding that pages, and then include a directive, and third one tag lib directive. First one page directive. That's general syntax is that scriptlet simple you have to write. Inside that you have to specify at page. It provides attributes that get applied to the entire JSP page. So many attributes and its value will be there. We will see now. It defines page dependent attributes such as what are the scripting languages we are using in that particular page, and how to handle that error messages, how to clear the buffer. All these values, all these details we can express. It is used to provide instructions to the container that pertains to the current JSP page. So what is the use of directive is it is used to give information regarding the JSP page to the JSP container. So what are the attribute values means we can specify regarding the JSP page which language we are using in the JSP, and then extends value, import which file we are importing, what is the type of the content we are using in JSP, and the information regarding the JSP page, whether we want to start the session, whether we want to execute threads, we want to flush that buffer, that is clear that buffer, or buffer size, or error handling. Error page is error page, both are more or less same only. And then encoding scheme, this and all default only, the for us user we no need to change. And then ECL, whether that expressions we are using to be executed or not, like this informations by using these directories we are giving to that JSP page. First one, language. So inside that directory if you at symbol, so if you want to write a directory in JSP you have to use that at symbol. At page language equal to value, which language you are using in a JSP page, that you have to specify at page language equal to value. For example, if you are specifying at page language equal to Java, then you are using the Java in that JSP page. And then page extension equal to value, that is inheritance. You know the concept of inheritance is base class inherit some of the properties, that is base class and derived class, you know the concept. So derived class uses features of that base class also, that's a meaning here. So page extends equal to value, here the value represents class from which it has been inherited. For example, consider extends equal to demo test dot demo class. So demo class inherit the value of demo test. And then import, if you want to import any other files, it's so many languages, .NET, C, sorry, C++ and all you are using, know that C++ you are using header files, like in .NET you are using import files. So You want to import some other classes, and you can use import other Java classes. Okay, it's like a import statement in Java classes and interfaces. For example, see here the first line at page import equal to value. So here we are importing java.util.date, and if you want to display a date or time in your program, you can use like this, import that particular class, then you can display that date and time and all. And then what is the content type? It may be a text or HTML. And then content type, it defines the character encoding scheme. Content type is text.html. That is, what is the type of content you are specifying, whether it is a HTML or not. For that we are using content type. And then see here we are specifying content type equal to text/html. Okay, and then explanation of the code is, it's a character encoding scheme for JSP, as well as what type of content we are using is, that is HTML. And then information equal to value. What is the use of this information tag? It defines string which can be accessed by getServletInformation method. It is used to set a servlet description. See this example, at page language equal to Java, content equal to HTML, character set equal to ISO 88591, and then information equal to Maha directive JSP. So that means this Maha directive JSP can be retrieved by the servlet interface using getServletInformation. So by the string can be retrieved using getServletInformation, that method. Okay, whatever string you are specified in info, that can be retrieved by using the interface getServletInfo. Okay, and then session, if you want to create session, you can write session equal to true, otherwise it is false. That's only written session equal to true or false. Then, so what is the explanation given here? Session attribute is said to be false, means that we don't want to create any session in the JSP. And thread safe, these are all the attribute values you can specify according to that your content in the JSP, which is informed to the container. So thread safe, we can specify true or false. It represents if synchronization is there, it is set to true, otherwise false. Okay, and then what is that other example here? Say here language equal to Java, and then content type equal to HTML, character set and all, we no need to change. We are writing here thread safe equal to true. What's the explanation? See down, if it is true, synchronization will be done. If you want to do the synchronization, you have to write thread safe equal to true, and multiple threads can be used. When multiple threads can be used, if there is a need of synchronization, you have to write thread safe equal to true. And then auto flush, if you want to flush that buffer, flush means clearing the buffer, we have to use auto flush as true, otherwise false. Okay, character set and all we are not changing, so leave it. And then auto flush equal to false means manually it must be done. Auto flush means clearing the buffer. You know about that much only. In the above code, auto flush is set to false means buffering won't be done and it won't be cleared. Okay, manually flush the output. And then buffer means buffer size you can set. Actually the default value of buffer is 8 KB. So that syntax is given, buffer equal to value you have to specify. If you didn't specify anything, it will take a default value. If you want, you can specify the buffer size as your wish, that is 16 KB, like that. If you want to handle any errors in the JSP page, you can use that directive values is error page. Is error page attribute is used to handle errors in the JSP code is error page. See that. So it indicates JSP page that has an error page will be checked in another JSP page. That error handling and all we are writing in some other page, and that function we are calling here. For example, any JSP file declared with is error page attribute receive exceptions from other pages which have error pages. So is error page is used like it's like a exception handling in JSP. And then page encoding, it's a character encoding for JSP page. Default it's written as encoding decoding. You know the concept of encoding decoding. So it's a default value in JSP directive ISO 88591 here and all. We are not changing this value and all. Okay, that is character set value in JSP. It's a predefined value. Okay. And then error page is error page is and all before we saw no is error page. And then here also error page, both are as well as same handling errors in JSP. And we are specifying value here, that is error page equal to error handler dot JSP. So error, we are writing this coding in some other page, so that corresponding errors we are given, no, that will be called here. Okay. And then ECL aggro, if you are specifying some of the expressions in the JSP page, whether it will be executed or not, you want to calculate that value means you have to specify expression language. Ignored equal to false means it won't calculate that expression. If it is true means it will calculate that expressions. Okay, not only we can specify true or false. And then this is one of the sample JSP coding. Here, what are the directives we are using? Directory means it will start with that symbol. First line you see page language equal to Java. That means we are using, it's written using Java. That JSP page. And then what is the content type? HTML. Encoding scheme and all default. Expression language, we no need to calculate any of the expression. So EL ignored equal to false. Import means what? Here we are in the main, you are declaring we are going to display new date. So for that we need of import java util.date. So we are importing that function, sorry, importing that library. Then only it will display that today's date. Okay, that's why we are importing in that second line. Okay, and then that only we are using here. Some of that directive attributes we are using in this program. And then include directive. Include means we are calling some other JSP page into our main page. Okay, for example, see here in the third line, include file equal to some other JSP file name you have to write. If you want to add some other file inside your file, okay, this is the main file. Consider the current screen is an java2.jsp. Here we are calling java3.jsp or any file name you are calling. Okay, so that for how you are adding that some other file here means include file equal to that file name you have to write. That's all. So that the file to be included is the screen. So jsp3.jsp. So this is called in the third line. Okay, so that file can be used in the previous file. So two files can be combined together. In the third file we are doing some of the calculations of printing a counter, so that will be displayed. In the main file we are calling no. So if we run the main file itself, automatically this will run. Okay, and then tag lib directive. What is the use of the directive? It is used to define the tag library with tag lib as a prefix, which we can use in JSP. We'll see the example, you will understand clearly. See this example, tag lib, what is the use? Tag lib URI equal to URI, prefix equal to value. URI. So what are the tags is available in URI can be accessed using that prefix value. See here, writing, see the second line, tag lib prefix equal to maga tag URI equal to some URI names are given. In that URI, what are the tags available that can be accessed by using Maha tag? So see in that main Maha tag dot hello colon hello, no. So wherever you want to access that names, access that tags available in URI can be accessed using Maha tag colon hello. Okay. Okay. Thank you, students. That's only given here. Tag lib is defined with attributes URI prefix, URI prefix. Maha tag is a custom tag defined and it can be used anywhere. Wherever you want to access the tags available in that given URI, that is accessed by using our tag Maha tag colon hello. Okay. Okay, thank you, students.